Hello, this is the restart. I had some technical problems. The stream was buffering, so maybe this attempt is this is the restart. So it's upstream. It's always the hard way. But if anybody's back, just give me a heads up if you're even able to come in here and chat. So I don't know. You get high winds, and then that's it. My show is dependent on whether we have high winds or not. Because I do live stream and Spectrum. I don't know about their product. I don't even think anybody could come back. Everybody jumped ship. They're like, "Oh, there's Joe." I don't blame them. I don't blame you folks for not coming back. Nobody could even come back in. Wow. Well, I'll hang in there. Let's drink a half a coffee, smoke a half a cigarette, see what happens here. Oh well. EB23, can you see me talking? Oh, you can? It was buffering, my man. It was buffering, and everybody jumped ship, and my screen was just buffering, so I had to start a new one, EB23. So I hope it's all systems go. We're getting high winds over here and buffering. So, well, thank you for letting me know. I think the other people just said, "Ah, to heck with this guy. He's got tech problems." Well, I don't have the fancy stuff to upload the video and do all that. I do all live streams, and sometimes that's what happens. So, oh well, we'll see. You know, I have to do everything the hard way here. That's all. Everything's the hard way. Well, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm used to it, so you know, gotta just maintain my composure. That's all. Then when I'm done doing my show, I'm gonna be like, "Them no good." Yeah. Mm. Yeah, hello. Yeah, Spectrum. Yeah, it happened again. Oh, when the wind blows 30 miles an hour, then what? My live stream goes dead? I thought you were $1 trillion company. Well, yeah, the winds are blowing 20 miles an hour. I want a refund. I want some credit. Hello? They hung up on me. Figures. All right. So, thank you, EB23. What do you want to talk about? It looks like it's me and you, bro. I got over 1,000 subs, so we reached that milestone. We did that, bro. We got it. I'm gonna get to 2,000 a lot faster than it took me to get to 1,000. So that's all. And this is the prime time, you know. I'm sure there's some college kids like that. I hear you. So, well, you got anything that's been on your mind or anything, any type of questions? Because, we can we could talk it over or whatever. Just be our show. That's all. Everybody else jumped ship. They're like, geez, this Trucer, man, what the heck? I subscribed to him. Holy cow. Oh, yeah. Timmy, it was buffering and everything. Oh, my gosh. Never watch him again. He doesn't even upload. He just does live streams. Yeah. That's all right. I'll get to 100,000 subscribers the hard way, my good friends. The hard way. So if I can do something like that, you guys could do anything in life. So the regular world is a lot easier than this. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I hope you get better. Yeah, I've been cutting down on the cigarettes a little. I was jonesing from nicotine. I gotta stop the smokes, but I hope you get your foot straightened out. Yeah, you get my age, you start feeling injuries from 30 years ago. You know, geez, why is my elbow hurt? Why is my well, yeah, you kind of got banged up a little bit, but oh well, that's life. So, you got any mob related questions? Not that I'm an expert. You know, yeah, you got the booze. Yeah. Oh well, that's all right. Yeah. Come in, join the fun, get a water, get a pop, get a vodka and tea, get a Kool-Aid, get a coffee, come hang out with the Truth Serum, because I'll be here till 11. I don't care. I don't care. Were there any things that uh you wanted, anything on your mind about, oh, there's three. Oh yeah, it's up there now. Sorry folks for the tech problems, but that's Spectrum's tech problems. Oh well. The world gonna throw everything at you. And when you also try to spread love and compassion, you're gonna get anomalies. You're gonna get anomalies. Like, but that's the world, and we all rise up. We all rise up on the Truth Serum. Bet Mulligan. Bet. See what I go through, bro? I'm battle tested. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm battle tested. That's all right. I can't be immature and petty, Well, I could sit back and cry about it, but but you gotta keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. So thank you, Bet. Thank you, EB23. Yeah. EB23. I was always curious if there was any American associates of gangsters on the East Coast, or where you were. Yeah, the Northeast is in bed. Well, New York. To further elaborate on that, and just to maybe, hopefully, my answer is, people will just mostly think, just Joe Citizen, and just mostly think the mafia, New York City, New York, like that. They'll their default thinking, but there was like the Northeast, even up into Canada. Excuse me, coffee. The tentacles reached out to Cleveland, and more or less all points west. So it wasn't just designated or isolated to that geographical location. There was different pockets of that didn't have to just be labeled as the Gambinos or Lucchese or, hey, Third Rail with Omar. Brett did the StreamYard with me, but I'm not subscribed to the StreamYard. But I'm gonna get more tech, Omar. I'm gonna get more technical and do some other videos. But I want to build up subscribers first, because I'm a one-man kind of show, and I'm intimate. But then you start hitching your wagon to other personalities and YouTube channels, and I don't care if they got 1 million subscribers, because I don't want to disenfranchise anybody. This is a talk show. We could talk about my experiences with the wise guys, and that's that. I did it with Brett because he's a knowledgeable guy, and I went with him on StreamYard, and he just sent me the link to that, Omar, and I just clicked on the link. It was very easy, but I don't subscribe to, I don't, you can use it for a certain period. I think then you got to subscribe into it. I don't even know, but I'm building up as I go. Well, what were you saying, EB? American. Oh, you meant to say, what's new? As long as there was a big enough popular, now more or less that would be for like a gambling ring. For a gambling ring, that more or less some major cities in the Northeast corridor, like a ring, so you got enough customers that gamble and stuff like that. Oh, that means my. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. But there was different, and some could have been connected to the Colombo family. Colombo family was big, big, big in the gambling ring. That Mike Francese's family. So yeah, that it go all the way. Now California could have had people branching out. Maybe the wise guys from New York could have set up a couple people out there for certain things, but then you might have other people's turf. You'd really have to come to an agreement, like businessmen. Then to just barge in and show up and but you're not familiar with those customers. You got customers from your community, so it would be hard for a lot of them to come up. You'd have to collaborate a little bit, or if there was a weak corporation, so to speak, and they wanted to say, well, hey, we'll take bets for 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. Well, you need a bankroll to back that up. So maybe they could have banked some of those operations and just made their own personal business deals accordingly. So everything's, yeah, it's just not like violence all the time that might be portrayed on other stuff. People, say, what if we do this? What if we do that? And you get that stuff straightened out. So there's no problems when people are then they get smashed up after that. So, Armenian for American. Armenians. No, I don't know about, there was a lot of different nationalities running around and stuff, but yeah, so yeah, Brett hooked me up on that StreamYard, and boy, he got me over the 1,000 subscriber hump. Yeah, good guy. He's a good guy. He said, "No, you're gonna stay. We're gonna do this interview until you get 1,000." And his community was good enough to subscribe. Next step, 2,000 subs. So I'm just gonna keep pumping. This week I got a good story, which I've already elaborated. I've already said earlier about Sweet 16. Super Mario Mendez. Who let you in here? Where's my moderator? Super Mario. He's been riding on this bus since I started. How you doing, my brother, my friend, my family? Everything's good here. Do you know how to put the invite on the comment section? Nah, you're commenting. I don't know how to do that. Nah, I don't know how to do that. Invite to what? How do you put an invite on the comment section? No, invite you to what? We're already speaking and talking to each other. I don't know. I'm not tech savvy. Good question, EB23. When you were around them guys in that kind of life, did you ever strive to go all the way and become made? Well, first let's establish that my godfather was an enforcer for the Colombos, and he also did work for the other families, and he wasn't a made man, but he was more or less with the Colombos, with them, mixing it up with them, and things got shaky around where I was at the time, and I made some mistakes because I wasn't made, and I made some mistakes, and my godfather had to straighten that out. And then I just got to abort this whole show. Here we go again. Here we go. Here we go again. Wow. Well, the show's gonna be over. Oh, oh, are we back? Or am I still buffering? Wow. We're getting high winds over here. Oh, well. Well, I guess that's a wrap. Hmm. Oh, we're back. We're back now. Okay. Thanks, EB and Bat. Uh, thank you, my good friends. Getting back to that question, um, I wasn't following the rules, and they were being really aggressive on me and everything. But then when they realized my godfather, who my godfather was, and it was like, geez, it's a small world. They would have never imagined that. And but I had asked I was college educated, and I just wanted to try to make a couple extra little money here and there. I wasn't trying to be a career gangster, but I could have I could have went to New York. I was originally from Brooklyn, but I moved to the western Buffalo, Rochester area after that. And that's how my godfather got to be my godfather, because my father was from Brooklyn, and they were buddies. So I could have moved down there and got in and tried to be a career guy, but I was smart enough to know there's no retirement plan. You know, there's your life expectancy is, and I had my cousins, some of my cousins on my father's side, they were in the mix, strong, good, had a little power, but I wasn't that intimate with them because we separated, my mom and father separated. But so I could have did that. I could have got set up in a nice place. I could have been maybe still a runaround guy, but uh, then my godfather more or less said, Jojo, listen, uh, maybe this outfit over here, he knew information ahead of time, that he knew the outfit that I was running around in, not being a made guy. He knew that maybe that was gonna it wasn't gonna be around for a long time. That there wasn't gonna be longevity in that. So more or less, go just find a regular job and get back into the regular mix, make a couple extra dollars, driving some of these guys around, and whatever you can grab. But he had kind of had mixed emotions too about it, and it was like I better just listen to him. But there was the Columbos were running a big gambling ring, and I was very well versed in the numbers and taking action once upon a time and all that. I was very well educated in math and statistics and formulas and everything else. And I could have got into the gambling ring, which would have been safe. It would have been safe to just do that as a regular person and make the money from that. It would have been kind of safe, but you just never know either. You just never know what is what sometimes. So even if I got a godfather like that, he can't babysit me 24 hours a day. He can't he can't babysit me and be around all the time. So everything I got out of it and everything was good after, and that group that I was with, that dissipated in whatever way it went. That fizzled out, and the New York people were restructuring this part of the gambling ring, and put a couple of their guys to just run a couple things. You didn't need a whole crew, because this crew that I was around, they made a lot of mistakes, So that was what that was all about, Like, they brung up some serious, because a lot of these guys in this crew, they got real cute and they made a lot of mistakes. And the old man Sam was retiring, and they were going to come up and maybe just have a couple guys just under the radar, and then just make deliveries from different places and utilize people more efficiently than having 5 or 7 guys that were making some bad moves, So there was no future with that there, Yeah, Chris, don't apologize. That's all right, man. That's all right. You got an opinion. We promote love and compassion here. We promote love and compassion. Don't worry about that, man. What's going on, NGS? Hey. EB23, you made the right choice. I was at a crossroad. I was like, Team 20 could have went a whole different road. Yep. Hey, we're lucky and blessed we made it this far. So, Angie, my screen's been freezing. It's been buffering. I did a video earlier. It went off the railroad tracks. So here I am again. They can't stop me. I just keep pumping away. Thank you, Chris. Don't worry about it, man. I'm not a tough guy, wise guy. We laugh, we have fun, and everything else. It takes a man to apologize, man. Okay. Good question, Mario Mendez, talking about the bookie layoff to another bookie. You never understood that. Mario, I've done 462 videos. You've been here for 17 years. You never asked me this question? How many times were me and you the only one in this chat? I love you, Super Mario. Let's answer this question. Please forgive me. Yeah, please, please forgive me. Okay, the bookies. Okay, let's take a game. The Buffalo Bills are playing the New York Jets. Okay, I want to bet 100 on the Bills, and you want to bet 100 on the Jets. Well, so somebody's gonna. Wouldn't that just offset each other? How does the bookie make any money? There's $500 on the Bills and there's $500 on the Jets. Well, the loser has to pay a vig, so if you bet 50, you got to pay 55. If you bet 500 and lose on a flat bet, not like a parlay, so they would make it. But what they try to do is balance. So if you got 10,000 or 50,000 on 2 different teams, 50 on the Bills, 50,000 on the Jets, well, there's going to be a loser. So you're going to make 5,000 on the game. So a lot of times they would change the lines. If you're getting a lot of action on one team, they'd change the line to try to encourage the bettor to bet the other side so you could balance and then just make the commission, which is called the VIG. So that's thank you, EB23. Thank you. Yeah, Angie, they got rid of Stefon Diggs. The Buffalo, they if you're a Buffalo sports fan, you'll end up in a straitjacket like me. So yeah, Mario. So they try to entice the bettor, like the phones might start ringing at noon and then the game starts at 1. So you could see in your bets, holy cow, this team's getting a lot of money here. I better change that line to try to encourage them to go the other side, because I don't want to get hurt if everybody's just betting one team. So they would try to balance it. So if you balance the money, whatever side loses has to pay a commission. So that was that. We used to say you're squeezing for the ref. If you balance 100,000 here, 100,000 here, well, you know you're gonna make the 10,000 or the 5,000 or 10,000, whatever. Some guys charge a different vig. They, some outfits charge a different vig, but we'd say, oh, you're squeezing for the ref because you're already gonna make the commission. There's no ulcers. There's no, oh, I hope he would. It's all in. It don't matter. So you try to balance. Now, I was a little crazier, and I would do, some of the other bookies would go, you got a bad line, and they would like, it's a little more complicated. You could get middled, but the wrong side, they'd get the wrong, I was real cute with numbers and probabilities and all this. I was like a crazy scientist, mathematician. So I would take chances and really put out a different line. Like if the Bills were -7, I'd make them 9.5. And if somebody wants to attack the line, attack it. But usually I was right. I've been a Buffalo Bills fan since 1969. I hope they go 4-12 this year. I'm done with them. I'm done with the Bills, the Sabres, the owners. They're just trying to they're just a business. They're not for the sports fan. They're not for the sports fan. Well, we've been rebuilding since 1976. Since I got my driver's license. Poor Josh Allen. He got to be around all that, all that heartbreak and frustration. Twice they had Kansas City. Twice in the past years they had them dead to right. And they called those types of plays. Get rid of them all. Trade Josh Allen. Josh Allen deserves to go to another team. Forget about Buffalo. They won't make the playoffs this year. They're done. They're rebuilding. You want to go to the game? Go pay $240 and sit in the nosebleeds. All right? Go. Yeah. Crazy. It's a business. Sports has turned into a business. Sports has been politicized. It ain't the same. It ain't the same, It's not the same. And Diggs has been very animated, and Diggs could see it, and he's like, you know what? Let me go try something else. Because half the defense left, or certain key players left. What, they're just going to rebuild again, and Diggs is getting older? Yeah. The Sabres, yeah. I used to take a bus to see the Sabres game when a ticket was like $2.40. But Buffalo, it's a cursed sports town. Cursed. It's like the GOAT or whatever. Whoever had the GOAT, Chicago had that GOAT or whatever it was. But I think they even got lucky one year at the whatever. Oh, well, what are you going to do? The game of football changed anyways. It's the odd. You remember the odd, huh? Yeah, Buffalo always goes down with heartbreak. The coach is nothing. The coordinator is nothing. It's always something. You give if you gave Belichick the Bills team the last 4 years, they'd have had 2 Super Bowls. If you gave Andy Reid the Buffalo Bills team the last 3 years, they'd have 2 Super Bowls. If you gave them a couple other premier coaches, they'd have had rings. They would have had rings, or the same coordinators, the coordinator and the coach, they'd had rings with the talent they had at that time. Yeah. Hey, Amy Lynn, how you doing? Good to have you in here. Where you from? Name, rank, and serial number. Yeah, Brandon Bean. Yeah. But it's tough. It's tough. and they're building a new stadium. You know what tickets are going to be for them seats? You know, where you from, Amy Lynn? Wow, that's a long name. Amy Lynn Lacey Noble Joyner Kersey. Oh, all right. How you doing? Okay. So, yeah, the Buffalo, to be a Buffalo sports fan, holy macaroni. Sheesh. That's why I went premature gray. Yeah. What about the Sabres when they were playing Dallas or whatever? Triple overtime. I think it was Dallas or I can't even remember years ago. No goal. Chris knows. Oh, the no goal. No goal with the hockey. Wide right with the football. What the heck? But if you were a bookie around this area, you would know that the fans always bet the Bills, and you could change the line on them. you know. Find me on Facebook, all right? Because I'm really all done with the Batavia Downs. I'm really divorced from Batavia Downs and all of that. I'm kind of just moving along and removing myself from Batavia Downs. They barred me for life. They can rock on with that. They can rock on with that. I'm done with that gibberish. I'm not going to waste my time and spit on them. It is what it is. I fought my battles. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. When you know you're in quicksand and you got out of it, then stay out of the quicksand. That's all. Lady Saint, the Saints are going to be tough if they can have that defense together. And now they just got Russell. My mind is shot. My mind is shot, So trying to be stay sober and be a Bills Buffalo sports fan. Jeez. Yeah, it's crazy. I appreciate your well intentions, Amy Lynn. I appreciate that, but where is it going to get me? Go on Facebook and, there's nothing else that needs to be said about my editorial on Batavia Downs, but I appreciate you trying to help me, but it is what it is. Try to be a Lions fan without Stafford. We got Jared Goff. I'm also Harbaugh. You know what? Harbaugh. He's going to change things around. Yeah. Harbaugh. What? I can't speak? Jim Harbaugh. What's wrong with me? So players will play for him. He's a good, smart, been around. He's good enough. He's good enough to know the technical fundamentals of games. I'll tell you one thing. Half of these coaches in the NFL are just nothing. They don't know the technical foundations of offense and defense. They don't. And half of the offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, they don't. There's a real curve of coaches and coordinators, and then there's a big drop off. If the Bills had a coach, they might have had 2 rings with Josh Allen. What are they rebuilding? What they're rebuilding? I'll be 90 years old. Well, the Bills are rebuilding again. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, we got the wide right, we got the no goal, and then when the eclipse come to town after 10,000 years, it was cloudy. Yeah. Welcome to Western New York, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. We even got ripped off on the eclipse. Jeez. Holy cow. What they do? Rob the land off of the Indians, and the Indians put a sacred kibosh on them or something? Got to look up the history on where these properties are located, because there's something really wrong in Berlin. So that's cool. Excuse me. So yeah, we're getting it in here a little bit. I appreciate everybody coming in, help an old man out, and that's all. Yeah, but them Saints are going to be a sneaky team. But I'm going to tell you one thing, my good people, whoever I got in here, these good people that come in here, the New York Jets, if they didn't lose much of that defensive nucleus, you're not scoring any points on the New York Jets. And if Rodgers is pumping away, there ain't anybody that's going to beat the Jets. They have a defense like the old Chicago Bears defense. They have an old school defense, a shut-down defense. And if they kept that receiver from last year and a couple other guys on the offensive line, because they beefed up that offensive line for when Rodgers came in, there's nobody in the AFC that's going to beat. You can't score on them. They got all-pro cornerbacks, linebackers. They're stacked. If I don't know about the off-season trades and things like that, but thank you, Chris. But I tell you, yeah, I mean, and the Saints almost have that same type of defense. And you got a strong defense like that, you might only need to score 17 points a game. The Jets won a few of those games. When the Jets lost all those games last year, when Rodgers went down, they were scrapping and scraping to stay in those games. They didn't get blown out. They were holding the opponent to a low score, but Rodgers could have got them 14 points somewhere by accident. He could have found 14 points. And they had a good special teams, too, with that guy running back 50 yarders, the kickoff returner. They were ready. The Jets were ready to rock and roll. And in 5 minutes, the quarterback goes down. Man, see, there's only certain windows when you got the right team at the right time, or a healthy team at the right time. There's only a certain window, and it's gone. The Bills window, the Buffalo Bills window, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. You could bet in Vegas how many games a team will win, more than 10 games or less than 10 games. In Vegas, you can bet, an advanced bet. How many games will any team win or lose? Over 9, under 9, over. Bet under for the Bills, because they might win 4 games. They're done. They're done. I feel sorry for Josh Allen, but, I'm rooting for the Jets. I'm done with the Bills. Well, Miami, high-powered, that defense was on and off. You see, when you can't depend on your defense, well, right off the bat, it looked like Miami was going to score 50 points every game. But they couldn't keep that, teams adjusted, and then people were just scoring left and right on them. But that team with a strong defense, you got all these guys slinging. There's gunslingers in the NFL. These quarterbacks are designer quarterbacks. They're blasting away. Yeah, and Tua got a little messed up with, picks, interceptions. But these are what I call designer teams. These are like fast break teams that look like contenders and everything, but it's the team that has a shutdown defense. So you could have these gunslingers they're going to get sacked 6 times against a sound defense. And I think the New Orleans Saints, they got a tough defense. They just the offense. But if you have a strong defense, at least you're going to be in mostly every game. You're going to be in most games. But these teams that put up 35, they might give up 45 in 7 games. There might be games they give up. So that high-powered offense doesn't really mean anything if their defense ain't giving up 40 points a game. So it's like, look what Baltimore did with Ray Lewis. They did it with the quarterback. Look what Baltimore did with that defense. Look at what Chicago did with that defense with McMahon. He wasn't no all-star quarterback and all that. All they had to do is run a little offense, score 14 points, and win the game. Just like the Ray Lewis's team, Baltimore. That quarterback wasn't an elite quarterback. They had a good ground game. So if you could grind it out, have a good running back, grind out a couple touchdowns, and then your defense might get you a couple turnovers, it's good enough. That's why the Jets will be dangerous. And if the Saints, the Chargers could be dangerous with that defense, then maybe somebody could come up against Kansas City or San Fran or Dallas or, Cincinnati. So, yeah, I had a Super Bowl. I had the Tampa Bay Bucks Super Bowl edition of the Windbreaker, and I left it at a freaking hotel somewhere. I had a collector item for the Tampa Bay that year. Silly me, I left it somewhere. Warren Sapp. Yeah. See those shutdown defenses? They didn't really have that much of a high-powered offense. They had like a 4th-string quarterback. Chucky. Coach Chucky. Yeah. Oh, wow. Coach Chucky. Yeah, remember that? He had a football mind. See, of the coach that could just utilize the chess players. But defense, high-powered offenses wins games, but great defenses win Super Bowls. Great defenses win Super Bowls. There's a lot of great offenses running around, but even Tom Brady, the New England Patriots, had that good defense. Belichick's a mastermind. He's got 60 years in the league. These are serious dudes. You got McDermott for the Bills and their coordinators that are still wet behind the ears. These other guys are masterminds. They've seen the Josh Allens. They've seen all that. The Bills lost to the scrub teams because they got outcoached. They got outcoached. They had all the talent, the Buffalo Bills. They lost to scrub teams because they got outcoached. Head coach and the coordinators. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, wow. You had the Buffalo Bills Super. So, yeah. Well, this is our sports show. We're buffering. I guess we're gonna rock and roll there. So, well, that's cool. I'll be telling some stories about some mob-related story. But this story could have happened even outside of a mob family. Just regular things happen. Just people around the mob that just happen to regular people in the world. It didn't. This story just didn't happen to the mob family because it was the mob family. It just happened because it was just human behavior, basic human behavior. So, yeah, Buffalo would have had Mahomes, but they traded KC. Buffalo scrubbed out from the front office front office, probably right down to the janitor. The janitor probably can't even mop the locker room up right. They're just across the board. They're done. They're done. And the fans, the dedicated fans, are getting gypped because they don't want to put a good product up there. The owner's a trillionaire. The owner's a trillionaire. He would have been better off getting a coach from Miami when he was available. That kid's got a good mind, that Miami coach. You know, he ain't my favorite, but I'm just saying, how do you end up with this guy? Hey, Wyatt Earp. I mean, geez, you end up with this guy. And the offensive coordinators, all the crazy, you know. Oh my gosh, when Brett did the impression of when Brett did that impression of PBD, I couldn't stop laughing. He was asking questions, and I was still reeling from it's got a nice show, but yeah. I hope someday I can prosper up and everything and do something good for that NYC Crime Spot. That is a good guy. That's a good guy there, boy. Like to do something good. Well, after I got 200,000 or 300,000 subscribers, I'll keep giving them shout outs. After I got 342,000 subscribers, no, I will. I'll just, in general, just give him shout out because, you know, we'll get there. That's all. We'll get there. It's small steps, but at least there's steps. You know, you still can get there even with small steps. I'm proof. I'm living proof. If you got goals and dreams and aspirations, you could get there with small steps. Don't get discouraged. You can still get there. Just stay focused. You can get there. You got to be long-winded. You can get there. You know? Yeah, I like Chris. He goes in there and says, well, this was this family, or this is where this happened, and all that. You know, that's a unique niche right there, where you see all these things about all these stories, but he'll go right in the streets and say, well, this is where this was this place, this was this house, this was this crime spot. Yeah, pretty interesting. He'll have 100,000 subs in a year. I think he's got 25,000 subscribers. But Wyatt Earp, what do we got, Wyatt? What do we got? Angie. Everywhere I look, I see your eyes. Thank you, Angie, for helping me out. Good people. Good people here. So what else we got going here? What else? It's got a nice Sauvignon with a fresh bouquet. Yeah, that was funny, Chris. That was funny. Oh, wow. So, well, yeah, I got some, sometimes, you know, they have the mob soap opera war and everything. And there are certain things I could elaborate on some of these personalities, and I just don't want to, you know, I don't want to go that hardcore, you know, because it's just not, you know. I'll increase, I'll improve, I'll progress, but you know, got to have a little scruples here and there, and because it's more or less was a sad life. For you know, all the peripheral damage, it was, you know, and then you pile on, you know, And a lot of the viewers don't understand the real flavor of what is that, and true things behind the scenes that aren't even exposed on Mob Soap Opera Tube and all that. And then it turns into just a merry-go-round and everything. But Mike Francis just really got me crazy because the what he was saying, what he was doing, and everything else was just it might have been questionable, a lot of. So it is what it is. He can build his channel, do what he does. I'm going to try to do the best I can do, and let him rock and roll. Let him rock and roll. Let him rock and roll. This isn't a mob channel. I got stories that are just interesting stories, even out of my book, and just other stories that are just the Twilight Zone stories. So so that's all. I like to be a storyteller, and I interact with the people. So that's my niche. And I will be growing, getting more subs at a more accelerated rate, hopefully, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm going to keep pumping. So that's all. Well, if you were on Facebook, just go to Facebook. That's all. But I'm not doing none of that Batavia Downs gibberish anymore. It's just bad karma. Bad karma. I don't want nothing about Batavia Downs. I'm barred for life. We're divorced, and they're just no. I got better things to do. You want to come on there? No, I didn't block you. No, I don't know. I don't want nothing to do with Batavia Downs. There's no more editorials. I don't want nothing to do with them. It's like, I'm past that. I'm past it. Whatever's going on over there, that's their business. This is my business here. These people, I'm doing my thing. This is my thing. I don't need Batavia Downs for nothing. I'm not tripping on them anymore. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. I don't care about any of that. Of course, those people are going to do a lot of time. I did 5 editorials on that. I don't care about that gibberish anymore. I don't. That's their gig, So that's all there is to it. I wasted enough mind space on that stuff, Chris Arcula, right? If you keep coming back in here, I'll block you. That's all I could tell you, sweetheart. You heard what I said. Well, then if you were on Facebook and you kept pursuing it, I can't remember everybody because I got a lot of people that come in there and comment. So you find me here and you want to talk about Batavia. I don't care about them. They're evil. If you got something on them, go to the Daily News. Go to the Daily News and bring it to them. Bring it to the Daily News. That's all, honey. That's all I can tell you. That's all. That's all. Angie, I don't know if you're my moderator or not, or if I have one, but gibberish. So, what else we got? No. We're going to hide. That's all. Bye-bye. Enough of that. Ain't got time for that. Sorry about that, folks. As far as I'm concerned, she might be on their side. Enough's enough. That's so convoluted over there, folks. Yeah. there's no more words I could utter on that stuff. That's all. If there's a lawyer that wants to come in, I'll waste words on a lawyer that wants to initiate a lawsuit on what they did to me and how I got barred. Yeah, yeah. So when you got a lawyer that wants to take my case, then you could contact me on Facebook. Other than that, God bless you and have a great life. That's all. That's all. This channel is called The Truth Serum. Okay. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it is what it is. You know, all that craziness. So, yeah, I could just read that. Wyatt Earp, where you been, buddy? Wyatt Earp got in here. That's right. Oh yeah. Yeah, but if it happens in the way of the world and everything, I'll try to do that. But it's frustrating, and then I can't lose sleep over it. And if all the planets lined up and it's possible that it could happen, yeah. But other than that, if people don't know, just look at my YouTube videos about Batavia Downs. I spoke a few editorials on it. I did editorials on Facebook too. There's nothing more to be said. The only thing that could be said, if a lawyer contacts me and wants to try to put something together, that's all I can leave it at. That is like, put a lawsuit in, and wherever it goes, it goes. That's as far as I can put any more thought on it. That's all. So if they got a scoop or something, we'll go to the Daily News. Go to the newspaper. That's all. That's all you can do. Angie? Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Oh, you're remodeling the bathroom? I just remodeled mine. I put a rug on the floor, a throw rug. That's how far my remodeling goes. Mhm. Yeah, bet I was a sharp dresser back in the day. Yeah, I tried to be. Uh, I was into it a little bit because I went to the office that was part of the gambling ring, and I tried to look presentable and everything. But a couple of times, some of the wise guys got jealous because sometimes some of them would just come, not just. But when I went to New York, my cousin, uh, they were all sharp and dressed up and everything. And that's one of the pictures when I was in the back of the limousine. I was young, and of course, I was smoking a cigarette. But um, he was generous when there was like a nice mansion type house, and a lot of wise guys were together. And he was involved in a little this or that. And he said, "Jojo, come over here, and I got some suits and things that will fit you. I mean, designer suits." So, you know, some of the guys would bust my chops because I would come back from New York and go up to the club to meet Sam, and they'd be like, "What are you dressed up for? You're only having lunch with Sam. What are you going to a wedding? You're only having lunch with the old man. What do you do?" Well, it's nice to look good, and they would bust the chops a little bit here or there. BK Sal Crook, what's going on? So yeah, that was there was a lot of good dresses. Yeah, that was, you know, some of them guys looked like movie stars. And there was a guy once in a while, a guy I was close to. When we went to the track and everything, he would be casual. He'd be casual, but then he would come in because one day I showed up and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna outdo me." He was more closer to me, and uh, they had the Stacy Adams shoes, the Italian shoes, like Giorgio Brutini, and like these big, designer special things. And there were some men's shops that had tailor-made suit. Tailor-made suit. I went to a men's shop and I was just trying to get a generic suit, but they were the old time Italians where they had the measuring the 14 inches. They had the measuring thing, and he was like, "No, I'm going to put you in a." I says, "I can't afford that." He goes, "I'm going to put you in a good suit." Old Italian guy speaking broken English. I was like, "Thank you," but they say, "Well, you're just coming up to the club to have." Well, I want to look good, but I would dress down too. I would dress down too. Hey, Billy Malone. I've been watching it. Hey, thank you for helping me, bro. You're doing a great job. You know you're different from everyone else in this game. Hang in there. I am, man. You know I'm long-winded. Long-winded, Billy. Thank you for coming in. Come into the chats. You know how I do it here. I like to rock and roll. I'm gonna hang in there. I hope I get to 2,000 subs faster than it took me to get. I hope the next 1,000 subs comes a lot faster than the first 1,000, but we'll get there. I try to motivate and inspire too, so it's a good formula. It's a good formula. Formula? It's a good formula. Thank you, Billy Malone. Yeah. Don't talk about the weather, BK Cell Crook. You know where I live. High winds, rain. I already got kicked off of one live stream because it buffered out. And I'm like, can you guys see me? So, but it's April. So that's cool. Thank you, Billy Malone, for coming in here. One of my best friends in life, God rest his soul, was named Billy. Yeah. So, yeah, I appreciate the new people that come in and support me. I don't have a lot of fancy tools and everything. It's just me, but hey, you know what? If you can conquer things the hard way, when things start to be easy, boom. So you got to be battle tested in life, in all aspects, in relationships, in your vocation, in all everything. We only got one shot at life. I wasted so much time. I should have been in such a better position right now at 60 years old. But hey, we can't look behind us. We got to look in front of us. And we got to keep pumping. So just stay on the right track. It took me 9 months to get 7 subscribers. It took. But with that being said, like Billy said, they're doing a good that kept me going. Support, like, a couple guys were saying, "No, you're doing all right, Joe." I was like, I did 122 videos and I got 11 subscribers. I don't know. I don't think I'm doing something right. But like I says, folks, I don't want to talk about quantum physics and the matrix and what is really at play in this thing called life. But if you put the variables in a certain arrangement, just wait for the world to catch up to you. Wait for reality to catch up. Well, that just sounds like some crazy stuff. No. Put your blueprint out there. Put your game plan out there. Think and feel things in a different way than you've been conditioned to, and what our true potential is. So I tell you guys to be the kings and queens because we're from royal DNA. That's why I hung in there and thought I had the best show. I thought and believed I still had the best show on YouTube when I had 11 subscribers. I still didn't let my thinking apparatus change. I'm waiting for reality to catch up. That's all. That's all. That's all. And you got to feel things as if they already happened, because then you'll stay in the game. You will stay in the game. Just don't keep there and, oh, what about this? What about that? What about this? Oh, geez, I caught a bad break. No, you just got to remain in that same feeling of reality that you're already there. And then the world will catch up to you. The reality will catch up to you. I got 1,000 subscribers right now. This channel was an experiment about this formula of thinking of mine. And I know exponentially after the 1,000 hurdle, the next 1,000 should be easier. And the next 1,000 after that should be easier. And at some point in time, the universe willing, boom. Yeah, I remember that Truth Serum only had 1,000 subscribers. What's he up to now? 62? Well, yeah. Well, he said that 87 videos ago. And if I'm wrong, I had fun hanging out with you folks. It's a win-win. Otherwise, I'd go nuts in here. If you haven't noticed already, I'd just rot away in my apartment. I wasted a lot of time. I only got maybe one at-bat left to try to reach some potential, There ain't a lot of at-bats left for me. I better get my act together. So that's that. So, you try not to have regrets in anything else, but I probably could have been in a lot better position if I didn't get sidetracked. So, thank you, Lady Saint, Chris. So, hey, so if I can do something, you guys that are younger and are more into other things and all that, you guys, geez, you guys will be rocking on. You guys will have your toes in the sand, in Hawaii, chilling out on the beach and traveling and all this and that. I'm lucky I got gas in my car to go to the damn grocery store. I'm all and I was so academically advanced. Oh, poor Joe, poor Joe. No, Joe's gonna get it. Joe's gonna get it. Joe's gonna get it because I know the formula. It's an easy formula. It will, Mr. Earp, Wyatt Earp. It will come easier. It will. It will. It will. Yeah. That's why we got to rise each other up. Put ourselves in a unity. There's unity in the community. It's even in the word. And we raise each other up, and you have to vibe. You have to vibe that out into the world, and good things will jump on it. Let things jump on it. If you're thinking things and you're putting a vibe out, and you got to attract that back in, attract that back in. You keep all your variables open. You keep all the options open. A negative, depressed mind, there's nothing that can encroach it to put something good on it. That's a roadblock. That's a brick wall. Yeah, the world is a vampire, I say. The world is a vampire. Yeah, it's going to throw everything at you. But you got to keep your mind and soul and spirit on track to keep the door open. Good things will jump on that vibe. So if I put a vibe up on here and it's a good vibe, I could tell a good crime story, and then I throw a good vibe on it. It's like a magnet. People might navigate to that, People might navigate to that thing. Oh, thank you, Wyatt Earp. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a good vibe right there. Thank you, Mr. Earp. Thank you, Angie. Thank you. So, you know, I'm a fifth chance at life. And I had crazy wild dreams about vivid dreams. And like, oh, well, you're just gonna tell crazy crime stories and mafia murderous stuff. No, Joe, you're gonna have to throw some love and compassion in there. You're going to have to hold up your end of the bargain so I can integrate that on my show. And that makes me unique. I'm not just these wise guys running around with all their bull crap and everything. I'm a renaissance man. I'm just waiting for the world to catch up. That's all. It's just thank you, Mr. Wyatt Earp. Thank you, sir. So yeah, we gotta motivate. We gotta, hang in there with all our endeavors, all our dreams and goals and everything. And you know, so we it's tough out there. The truth is the only way. Yeah. See, a lot of the things, Angie. No, 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 Angie. Oh Lord have mercy. Thank you, Angie. Thank you. I appreciate that. God bless you and your family. It says, let's celebrate the 10th Super on a live stream. I don't know what that means, but thank you, my good people. I get wishy washy on here too. I get wishy washy, but because see, I value time so preciously because I've been life or death situations many times, and I just lost a best friend that just died way before his time. The only best friend I really had left, I got a couple nice, good friends, SK and RB, but so time is so precious. And, you know, we got to try to just get it. Just at least if you're just happy and don't have a lot of possessions and you could just still have a well balanced mind, well, that's good to go through life with a well balanced mind. You laugh and joke and you're stable in your thoughts and everything, you know. But that's good, and you can have a fun life. But a lot of times people are trying to get it together and everything, and life's not, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So. Um, I look at life through a different lens, and how every day is precious, and there's family members that hold grudges on each other because minimal things, and friends stop talking because of inconsequential things, and they hold grudges, and it ain't good. It ain't good because you know we're not going to live forever. So and in the mob world, a lot of people went early. They went early, crying at the funerals and all that. Billy Malone, thank you, man. I didn't even know if you were still in here. Thank you, Billy Malone. God bless you and your family too. Thank you, man. You guys try to make me cry over here, but you're supposed to be a mob guy over there. Jeez. So I froze again. I'm froze again. Oh, geez. And now I'm starting to look older. I'm getting old man neck. So I look at things through a different lens. Because everybody's bebopping and bebopping, and uh, hello. Oh, geez. Oh, did you hear about so and so? No, what happened? What? Oh my gosh, I just saw him yesterday. Oh no. Oh, gee. Boom. That's life. That's life. So I try to use a little trick in case you folks haven't noticed. But I try to get you into, I try to be a good storyteller, and then I can backdoor integrate life stuff. I'd rather be a motivator and an inspirator. I do like to be a good storyteller, but there's the whole spiritual side is where it's at in the great ether, in the great universe. We're spiritual essence first. We get distracted because we lust and want possessions and fancy cars and houses and sexy women and look at me. Yeah, we could get wrapped up in that. Yeah, it's good to have fun and live comfortable and everything like that. But we are a spiritual essence, and we are affected more by the spiritual world while we're living in our physical shell, our body, us right now. We are, a lot of times, the forces of the spiritual world impact us more than we believe. Yeah, I'm good, folks. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yes. And I'm well versed in psychology also. Joe, don't do that, Joe. Don't do that. Once upon a time, when I was a regular person in the world and I wasn't wasting time. Now, the spirit, let's not get spirituality confused with religiosity. Let's not confuse spirituality with religiosity, my good friends. Okay. I don't agree with what the Roman Catholic done. And if you want to look up what's really up with the Roman Catholic Church and what was established at the Council of Constantine in the year 300, 400 AD, what was handpicked to put in what we know as the Bible and all that, the Rome and all that. We don't really want to get in all that, but how they manipulated the Bible and everything. Well, but I might not believe in how the Pope and the Vatican might have manipulated things, but I believe in how what the stories of Jesus and all that spirituality in there, because it follows the same precepts of many other cultures that more or less have those same kind of stories, just from different cultures or different eras of the Hindus, the Indian, the Chinese, and all that. It's all comes down to spirituality, not religion. So that's that's a whole nother thing there. You get it all here, folks. Because you're a Christian. There's a Bible. And it's the more or less the Old Testament, the New Testament. You got all the players in there. And then Christian means, like, the word Christ is in Christian. So where's the book of Jesus in the, well, there's accounts of dialogue between Jesus and his crew. That's what Mike Francis would say. Jesus and his crew. He'd turn it into the mob or something. Yeah, Jesus had a crew, Paul, but where's the book of Jesus in the Bible? Where's the book of Jesus in the Bible? That's a Christian book. I want to hear. Well, we heard what the Sermon on the Mount. We heard about this. We heard about that. Then you had the Gospels of Thomas and the Dead Sea Scrolls and everything like that. How come the Pope didn't put that in there, Philly Bob? Fistful one, Bible thumping. I'm about to be out. You must have just jumped in because I was talking about spirituality, not Bible thumping. All right. So if you want to run, run. Just kidding. What's going on, Fistful? Yeah. So spirituality, angels and demons, that's all. If you want to go Fistful. I don't know if you're joking or not, but either way, rock on. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So where was the Dead Sea Scrolls? Where was it that, I come in here just to expand thinking. Expand thinking. You know, people love to be conditioned. People love to be robots. People can't entertain because they've been so programmed since kindergarten that they can't even expand their minds. You know, they can't entertain it. It's scary. It's different knowledge. What's he talking about? If you got a life to live, I want to gather as much information I can about anything else that could be interesting or useful. So, sheeple, BK Cell Crook, sheeple. Mhm. They don't even realize they're getting led to the slaughter. You know. Oh, what's this over here? Well, yeah, the house is on fire. Jesus, getting hot. Oh, I wrote a paper 40 years ago called The Dumbing Down of America, my first gig in college. The Dumbing Down of America. 40 years ago. I didn't know it would get this stupid. I didn't really know it would get this stupid. Mm. What else we got here, folks? What else we got? You know, people could say, I don't like this, I don't want this and that, but people might not even realize they are a spirit too, you know. So, you know, that's all. I'm not trying to promote the uh fundamental church that the Vatican and all that is. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but didn't Jesus turn over the money changing things? Didn't Jesus go to the temple and call and all the money changers? Didn't he go and turn them all over? All of that when they weren't behaving according to that, and Jesus turned it all over, and then he traveled to another place. You know, in the name of this, and they were saying how structural that Old Testament was and how harsh it was, and everything else, and it got a little sketchy in there about things, you know, in the name in the name of the religion, and then the New Testament come out and everything, you know, all that marketing and everything according to religion. Oh, geez, that reminds me of Mike F. That reminds me of Mike F. Come to think of it, yeah, I don't think Jesus would be too happy with that. I'm not his spokesman. I'm just guessing. Hmm? There's words and there's deeds. Yeah, well, and if somebody don't like it, like Fistful or somebody, get going. Get going in here. Sorry, I'm supposed to spread love and compassion, but you know, I try to educate, inform, have you be aware or everything. My perceptions of life and everything aren't concrete or anything. I'm trying to learn and go, but some things are easy. People don't. People want to reside they like to reside in a comfortable lane. And you know, I taught before. I taught for college credit and things like that. Some people just don't want to open their minds. You know, maybe they don't like the messenger. If you don't like the messenger, at least try to entertain the message. But mm-mm, you know, they come in and you got to change their diaper. I'm done changing diapers. You want to go? Go. Go to Mike Francis. He'll change your diaper for $90. He'll change your diaper. Go ahead. Go ahead. Supposed to be spreading love and compassion. Oh wow. He comes sideways before. You know what? You got blocked, bro. He comes sideways before. He tries to be cute and then he backpedals and all that. Oh yeah, I'll see you later. How about this? You're gone, bro. Yeah, got time for gibberish. Ain't got time for all that silliness. Bye bye. We ain't got time for reindeer games here, Rudolph. No time for reindeer games. Uh, what else we got? We're up to an hour and 24. I'm not going to break my old record here, folks. Um, yeah. and a guy uh, like Billy Malone comes in, well-intended guy, comes in, boom, and shows love and compassion and financial support and that, and he don't know me for 5 seconds, or he might have watched something here. I embrace that. Of course, I'm strapped a little financially, but I don't want to play a violin. But I really get excited about love, the gesture, whether it was $1 or 10. And Wyatt Earp, I appreciate that. And people are completely missing the message. They come in like rough riders. They come in like rough riders, and they might, you know, I try to analyze, like as a therapist, some things like human behavior and what motivates knuckleheads, and they speak and they have circular thinking and they speak in riddles, and it's like, no, well, I said, but I didn't mean that. Well, no, I did. Here, this solves it. This solves everything. I try to get subscribers and everything else, but I stay true to my fundamentals. I've been asked to go on other shows and everything that got big, so but they were more or less in the mafia genre. But when the New York Crime Spot, he's a neutral guy, a good-looking kid that's knowledgeable in his stuff, and I went on that show, but not, you know, teeter-totter guys that were mobsters and stuff like that. Maybe someday, but I don't need it right now because I'm the best. I'm the best. I will be I believe I'm the best now, and I will be someday. And I'm going to prove it to you as long as I got air in my lungs. Hey, Paolo Merida, Brooklyn, how you doing? Sorry for that, right? I should be more adjusted than but Jesus, I like my community in here. I like it. And it's not like, oh, well, you're just too sensitive and critical and all that. Nah, I ain't got time. Because it's just gonna be the same stuff. Knucklehead coming in here and and ruining the flavor of things, ruining the vibe. We ain't got time for that. Ain't got time. Thanks for coming in, Paola, Brooklyn. Yeah, I do these long live streams and everything. And hmm, we interact. If you got any questions, you can ask them. It's open. It's open. Thank you, Billy Malone and Wyatt Earp and Angie. Jeez. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Get that bathroom done, for crying out loud. Thank you, folks. You know, you guys know how to play the Matrix. You work in Hollywood? I caught my first break. Billy Malone. My book has four. Nah, I'm not going to try to sell myself. Oh, well, I work on the Matrix. But I have some premises for some things that my mind is crazy. But thank you, Mr. Billy Malone. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've I've had 9 lifetimes. I could have lived 9 lifetimes and been around violence and murder and all of that kind of stuff. I got 6 books in my mind and 9 movies floating around in my mind. I got ideas that I'm not that like, the producers. I'm not sure how they would have never thought of these concepts and interesting concepts that you know production companies trying to sell here, that production companies haven't thought of yet, but I have. Brooklyn, you gotta have a mind like that. Who is this guy? Sometimes I think I know these people and they're just like imposters, and it's like, cousin Victor, and he's like, yeah, my YouTube name's Billy Malone, but it's like, oh, wait a minute, like James McCarthy. Oh well, thank you though. I like that, man. You know, it's good for the immune system too. When you feel good and you laugh and everything, it's good for everything. Like Bob Seger said, see some old friends, good for the soul. You know, in those Hollywood nights. In those Hollywood, I got you, Billy. See how spontaneous I am? I'm good. Oh, Paulo. And what did I miss? Who did I miss? I love the action. I'm on Facebook. If you want to talk business over there, I'll sell you the script. But I want to roll. I'm a thespian too. Hello there. What you are witnessing is non-reality. We are participating. Well, see, cut. I ruined it. I blew it already. Oh well. I better stick to writing. Okay. I love all my people. Heck yeah, I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a masculine macho man and all that. They're all well. I don't want to bring up that. Them sad stories about all that. What the heck? This is my studio. This is the studio that you don't have to sell this. Oh, that's cool. So you've heard me repeat myself now 64 times. So you've seen me repeat myself. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. And I would be sitting up here alone by myself watching reruns or something. There's no games on or anything today. I watched the Masters today. Golf. It gets interesting. The golf gets interesting too. Scheffler is tough. What am I gonna do? I'm a frustrated weatherman. I'm a frustrated everything. I gotta get my act together. The heck? I gotta get my stuff together. See, the screen is the opposite. The screen is the opposite when you look at yourself. The screen is the opposite. I'm got to get a haircut. Thank you, folks. Way back when I had hair down to here, I was tripping in my mind, and we're gonna try to do a biblical short, and I was gonna try to play Moses. I was gonna try to be a biblical character. White hair with dark eyebrows. They'd be like, Moses was Italian? Thank you, Angie. Moses, you got some spaghetti sauce on your shirt there. You better retake that scene there because, oh, well, what can you do? Thank you, Lady Saint. So, I feel good about this. Yeah, I used to love acting. Well, listen, Billy Malone, when you go up to the club with the wise guys and you're under the gun, I won many Oscar awards. I wasn't even nominated for the Oscars, and I won some Oscar awards. Jojo, what about this? What about that? What about this? Well, oh no, no, that was yesterday. Oh, I won some Oscars. Oh boy. Yeah, you've been there, Billy. So you live and learn and everything. They say the world is a stage. So, if you can get it together and figure out your role and your part and how you can excel, everybody's the leading actor in their own life. Everybody's I need a leading lady. I need a leading lady, Billy Malone. The Marilyn Monroe type. Maybe Sophia Loren. I need a leading lady. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I got a new guest here tonight. Norma? Norma Jean? Oh, Norma, okay. Yeah. You just finished that movie, The 7 Year Itch? Oh, yeah, oh, okay. Well, I hope you have a good career, Marilyn, and everything else. All right. I need a leading lady. Until then, it's just this crazy old man. So, I appreciate your support and everything. And that's good. You can see I'm a frustrated guy. I come up here and did how many videos? Maybe I like seeing myself on a screen. Maybe I'm whatever the hell the word is. Well, that ain't true because 90% of my videos got 11 views. So so that can't be true. Like I said in my book, everybody has a story to tell. Everybody feels like their life is interesting and their stories to tell. And what makes this story so much more interesting than another story? And what would be a aha moment and go, wow, that's a good story? Or, so everybody's life would like to be think is a good tale of, interesting things. And, so I mentioned that at the beginning of my book. What things can inspire and motivate a person to write a book, and then on the flip side, make somebody want to read it? You got to put it out there nonetheless. You got to throw punches in whatever, If you're working a job, tell your boss about some new ideas. Don't be shy. Be proactive in things and go at it, you know. Uh, Oh, that was just a friend of mine gave me that photo of Paula, Mr. Merida, Mr. Merida. I thought I was a wordsmith. Um, that was just my good friend Albert. Or he says put something up because I was on the other side, on the other couch, and that's my studio. So it's my good luck picture. Thank you, Robert B. Thank you. And that's just a world globe thing and a crooked light. That's it. That's all I need. That's all I need. I'm not from this universe, folks. Haven't you figured it out yet? I'm not from here. I'm not from here. I'm a plant. I'm related to Robert Plant. I'm a plant. All right. I'm losing the damn cushions here, but what else we got here? That's cool. Oh, you're a racing fan, huh? Giacomo. I might have been there at the Derby. 36. Wow. Yeah. No, I haven't read that. No. I didn't realize, I wrote the book and I didn't realize that there were like there's a lot of just avid book readers, or I just thought the demographics were just changing where everybody was so visual and they would just like watch movies or document or whatever. But people just still go to bed at night and open a book and or just sit and read a book. They ain't reading mine. Oh, the audio book. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Neville believes. Yeah, I'm down on that, on those concepts. I'm down with that. Yeah, so that's all. We are, see, I try to also state that we are conformed and conditioned to just think we only have so much potential. And I'm not going to get into the history of DNA and genetics and what is what, but we are from royal DNA. Let's just leave it at that. You know what? That's all. David BMX. I repeat myself. I'm sorry, David. He come in here when I didn't have 10 subscribers. I was like, geez, I've been doing this for 9 months, Dave. I don't know how long more I can go. He said, no, you're doing good, Joe. I watch a lot of things, you know. What am I putting words in his mouth now? But he was there with Leon Swan. There was only 2 people in my chat for tons of videos, but I didn't break down. I might have had a mental breakdown of discouragement, but no. I'm manipulating the matrix. I'm putting the variables out there. I'm arranging the variables. I have the power to do that. You folks have the power to do that. That's all there is to it. You don't have to get into quantum physics and variables and planes of I don't even want to use fancy words. Oh, geez, fancy words. No. So I owe it because I've been saved so many times in my life. That's why when I didn't have any subscribers, no matter what, I owed a good word to try to do that. For my payment back to the universe for letting me still be alive. It was a spiritual thing. This channel is an experiment. It's an experiment. And it's got a lot to do with spirituality. Because I've ruined my life so many times and I've been blessed so many times to get out of so many things. My guardian angels have had enough. They're working overtime. Joe, you're going to have to get it together. All right. Now you're going to be on life support for a year. You're going to get out of it. And then when you go back, you better share a good word somewhere because we're done with you, Joe. All right. So what else we got? Well, we're approaching 2 hours. I think that's about it. I appreciate yeah, you know the trick, Angie. Think it however you want to put it into reality. You know, when the Indians were doing the rain dances, I did a paper and a speech on the Indian culture and death and dying and certain cultural things and everything. And it almost, good night, Angie. And it almost runs parallel. It almost runs parallel to when I say I already feel like I got 100,000. I'm not thinking, oh, I hope I get 50,000 subscribers. I'm already like feeling, wow, I'm glad I got this 50,000 subscribers. I'm rearranging the variables. I'm putting the outcome first and then. So back to the Indian culture. And a friend of mine was from a tribe and everything. And I would see him and he gave me some props for my speech. And I says, what's up with that rain dance? What's up with that rain dance? He's doing the chant, ba, 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 and everything. He goes, we feel the rain. He's feeling the rain. I said, it's sunny out. He's feeling the rain as if it's already coming on him. I said, well, that's quite silly. Out in the sky. I'm frozen again. I'm frozen. Let's go back. Well, that's quite silly. There's not a cloud in the sky. And so he's feeling the rain as if it already was raining. And then it started raining. And I said, oh, you'd seen the weather forecast or something and you knew the clouds would be coming in around 4 p.m. He said, you're nuts, Jojo. You're nuts. You don't know nothing about the universe. You got all these academic degrees and everything. You know nothing about spirituality or nothing. You don't know the guts of the world. I says, well, I intend on finding out as much as I can. and it runs parallel with other types of theories and things that you've heard, biblical and thereafter, from many centuries of educators, spiritualists, and everything else. So it runs parallel. So I'm already thankful for 100,000 subscribers. I'm already thankful for that. I'm just waiting for I'm just waiting for the equation to be completed. That's all. Simple. Well, it sounds a little crazy. Well, let me be crazy. Good night, Chris. Thank you. Lady Saint, thank you. Paola, thank you. I appreciate it. Angie S. God bless all my good people in here. Billy Malone, thank you. Wyatt Earp. Lady Saint, thank you. Leon Swan, where have you been, Leon? Super Mario Mendez. I hope Leon's okay, man. He was like my first subscriber. Jeez, I hope Leon's okay. Angie, Billy Malone, thank you. Bet Mulligan, all right. I love the action. Brooklyn. I need to breathe that Brooklyn air. Billy Malone. Thank you, folks. Wyatt Earp, thank you also. Thank you. Thank you so much, Angie. Thank you. Man, I love good people in this world. Philly Bob, huh? You snuck in here? You hit and run me, huh? Uh-huh. You hit it and BK Cell Crook. All right, man. Bet Mulligan. All right. Billy Malone, thank you once again. Look at Billy. Wow, Billy looks like an actor. Billy looks like a Hollywood actor. Jeez. I got a good-looking crowd in here. Angie, I still love you, baby. Wyatt Earp, Angie. I really appreciate that. Wyatt Earp, thank you too. Chris, thank you, buddy. Yeah. When your attitude is gratitude, that goes on the matrix too, folks. You learn a lot here. You learn a lot here. Sooner or later, you'll connect the dots. You connect the dots. Connect the dots. All right. I think that was everybody that come in. We got rid of the troller. God bless her too. People struggle. You know, what are you going to do? People struggle. You can't hate. They ain't ruining my vibe. God bless that lady. You know, I'm human. I get emotional, but, you know, we still got to keep a vibe going. We still got to stay in the lane. You got to practice what you preach, the true serum. EB20. I hope you get better. You know. So, Bet Mulligan. Yeah. I appreciate it all. So, that's that. You know, be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. When you're battle tested, other aspects of life could be very easy. The world is a vampire. It wants to tear you up. You know what? Believe it. Let's go. You know, you only got one life to live. Let's do it together. All right. You know, we could get distracted and stuff. So, that's it. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, 10,000, 50,000, and that. Don't be in fear. If you got thoughts in your mind, don't live in fear. Go after things. You know, go after things. It could happen. Don't think of all the reasons why it can't happen. Think of the reasons why it could happen. Okay? Let's rock and roll and enjoy. Okay? Thank you, folks. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the financial support that you gave me and everything. I greatly appreciate it. So I'll be back this week. We're going to talk about that Sweet 16 party that didn't turn out too sweet. So thank you, folks.